Uh, there was a quote from the former French ambassador to the United States of America, Gerard Arrault, quote, that was in reply to Elbridge Colby, quote, U.S. does not work with other countries. It leads them. That is the only policy it knows. End quote. That superpower hegemonic supremacy ended today. The United States of America today submitted to China with the Trump's China deal, reversing everything. This is the first time in known history that I know of that the United States has submitted to another power. Now, the US does not work the way the rest of the world works. There are many decision makers in the United States, many decision centers, a Senate, the House, the Presidency, the Pentagon, US Treasury, the banking lobby, industrial lobby. Now industrial lobby is part of the banking lobby. And we can say that there is a majority, or let's say a 70-80% consensus in America and at the Washington, D.C. to no longer be a superpower. And we can say that the 30% hardcore Obamistas and the 30% hardcore Trumpistas, they don't want America to be a superpower. They don't want America to be a world policeman. And that comes, and they think that killing what they call the deep state, which was basically the Pentagon, the CIA, and the FBI, would cause very little damage because abundance is here, and killing the Pentagon, killing the military would just reduce a bit. As Trump said, you're not going to have 30 toys, we're going to have 4 toys. Right? So it's not a big deal, which is ill-informed. That would have been true if the United States had a productive economy, but they don't have it any longer. The way it worked since the 60s, which pertains with the emergence of the military-industrial complex, along with the euro-dollar system, was that the U.S. it would be a barter trade. The U.S. would provide global facilitation of the supply chains, and the world would ship goods and services to the United States of America, which would mean that American fighter jets, American submarines, and the blood of the American soldiers in exchange for abundance. Americans no longer want that. Trump yesterday, on behalf of the 60-70% of the Americans, and on behalf of the majority of Washington, D.C.'s decision-making powers, submitted to China. The only portion of the power centers which has not submitted and does not agree with that is the Pentagon. The Pentagon is creating, and it has received funding and permission from Congress to create a merged military supply chain with Europe, South Korea, Japan, and Australia, and of course North America, Canada, and Mexico. And they are doing it. But the Pentagon represents only the centrists in America, maybe 30%. So overall, it's a minority. The majority think that just a little less abundance would be okay, and that is not going to happen. Without the Pentagon, without the blood of the American soldiers, there won't be any abundance, because America produces next to nothing, except for weaponry. But even that, they would need Chinese components at present. So the Pentagon created in 2015 the whole of government plan, which was dissed by Obama and later dissed by Trump, who called them warmongers and stuff like that. And they said that the claim was, and still continues to be, that the euro-dollar system, the power of the dollar will keep creating abundance, which is self-evidently false. But the reality today, which is the lowest point in U.S. history, is that the U.S. submitted to China. The only portion of U.S. elites which has not accepted that is the Pentagon. So, the bottom line, we are screwed. Period. And that's all it is for now. What is going to happen in the next, or in the next 4 years, or with the remaining portion of the Trump presidency, whether the Pentagon will submit to Trump and Obama, will submit to the banking lobby, industrial lobby, which is now part of the banking lobby, or will do their own thing. We shall see. I believe they will keep doing their own thing, and they can do that. The Pentagon now has the permission from Congress, the license from Congress to be a bank. So they no longer need the banking system to loan money. They can loan money directly. The Pentagon is now owning mines directly. So, or indirectly, but they are the owners. So they are recreating this system, which would be just the Western supply chains, of the military supply chains. So at present, we are screwed. The US, or 70% of the US elites submitted to China. 30% has not. That is how US works. That is how Washington, D.C. works. The bottom line, we are screwed. You have a good night. For now.